What's wrong is always available, and so is what's right. Peace, family, peace, 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 peace. I hope you guys are having such an amazing, phenomenal day. My name is Dina Bryant. I do inspirational videos, some shopping, some vegan recipes. Today's video is about changing your life. These 2 steps, okay, to change your life, all right? One of the things that you have to understand is this. In order for you to change your life, you need to change your body because your body is attached to the emotions, right? And if you don't like what's showing up in your life, you have to do something different. Many times we are trying to change the outside without going within and seeing what is the root cause of me making the decisions, what is the root cause of me attracting the people that I am attracting, what is the root cause of it. Okay, now the reason we don't do that, get to the root cause, the nitty gritty, okay, is because we have been programmed to point a finger out everything at everything that is outside our existence. Okay, I'm gonna share some examples with you guys. All right, I remember when I would have my ideology far as money, it was definitely different than what it is today. Okay. And I used to feel like the more money I make, okay, the more happier I would be, right? But that's not necessarily true, okay? Also, if you don't know how to handle the small amounts, you definitely isn't going to handle the larger amounts, okay? So I had to go within and see what was my programming wrapped around money. Also, I started studying. So I tell you guys, whatever it is that you don't like showing up in your life, you have the ability to change it. Also, I want you to become self-aware, okay? In the mornings when you wake up, you have to understand, like I said previously, what's wrong is always available and what's right is always available. Okay. In the words of Earl Nightingale, one of the things he said was, we become what we think about. So you need to start asking yourself what it is that I give my attention to. What is it that I am focusing right now in this here and now moment? Okay. You are a creator and you have the ability to create the life that you truly desire. You have the ability to change whatever it is showing up. But first, you have to change the programming. And in order for you to change the programming, you have to be aware. So how do you become aware? Look at your life and whatever is showing up in your life that you say that you don't want to keep showing up in your life, okay? You have the ability to change it. All right. Now, how do you change it? Well, for me, one of the things that I did was, I tell you guys the same exact thing because it doesn't change, right? One of the things that I did was I started meditating. I used to be a ruminating thinker, okay, a person that would overthink, okay, at times and would worry. And one of the things that I started hearing people say a lot was meditation. Now, up until that point, I never heard anybody in my family ever talk about meditation. Everything was pretty much about prayer, okay? But I knew if I wanted something drastically to change in my life, or if I wanted my life to change just a tad bit, I knew I had to do something different in order for me to get something different. And so what I started doing was I started meditating. When you are serious about change, you will take radical action. You will do things that maybe your friends will make fun of you. You will do things that your family may not understand at that particular time. They may think that you fell off the deep end, that you crazy now, you want something, okay? But that's neither here nor there, okay? You have to want change as if your life depends on it because it sincerely do, okay? And so what I did was I started meditating. I started listening to self-guided meditation on YouTube. I didn't even know if I was doing it right or wrong. Only thing I knew was There's so many people who said that this changed their lives. It changed their thinking. They became the observer of their thoughts as opposed of, thinking that they are their thoughts. And this is another thing. You are not your thoughts. I know for many years and you've been programmed and conditioned to think that you are your thoughts, but you are not your thoughts. The reason being is you didn't give yourself those thoughts. You was programmed to think the way that you currently think. You was programmed to every day wake up the way you wake up in the morning. You was programmed to do the things that you continuously do on a day in and day out basis. And so guess what? Those are not your thoughts. It's somebody else's thoughts that is running your life. Okay. The next thing what I did was, and it seemed like every time that I took a drastic step into the unknown, it was like the universe is start revealing its secrets to me. Okay. The universe is constantly working in our favor. Now, some people may say it's not, but it is, because if it's not for a bad paycheck, how would you know that you want a better paycheck? Ooh, Jeff, come on with it. Okay. The next thing is, I started hearing, it was like, you know how YouTube, you go on YouTube and they have recommended videos and stuff like that. I would go on YouTube and it was like one thing led to another. So after the meditation, right, what I started doing, I started investing. I started going to people who are where I say I want to be, wealthy people. Okay. I started investing in my mind. I started understanding that if I say I want different, then I have to go to people that are living the life that I desire to live. I have to go to people that have a track record that they have the things that I say I desire to have. I have to go to people that are in harmony with my alignments. Okay. I have to go to people that have changed their lives and have high standards, high morals, right? Principles and things of that nature. So that's what I started doing. Okay. I started investing. The next thing what I started doing was, then from that step, it led me to the next step. I started reading. I had heard so many people, whether it was the Bob Proctors, the Tony Robbins, the Jim Brones, the Eric Thomas, the Les Browns, the Lisa Nichols, and so on, the Zig Ziglars, okay, so on and so forth, Tracy Bryant, okay, all talk about books, okay? And so what did I have to do? Now, I used to be one of those gals that used to say, I ain't got time to read, okay, because I was too busy giving my attention to everything that was outside my existence. But because I wanted change like yesterday, guess what I started doing? I started picking up the books. I started reading the books. I started understanding that, Dina, is not about what you think. Okay, it's not about what you think, because your thinking, okay, and oftentimes we don't think, we just move on autopilot, right? Somebody else's thoughts. It's not about that, because you see what you doing, those results that you getting, they're not working, okay? And so I started getting the books. And I started reading the books. Okay, Psycho-Cybernetics by Maxwell Maltz, who in this book talks about that 21 days it takes to break a habit. I mean, in 21 days it takes to form a new habit. 90 days it takes to break a bad habit or something like that. Okay. Then Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, who talks about making decisions. Okay. Why successful people make decisions so quickly and change them hardly ever. Okay. He also talks about persistence. Okay. Still doing the thing. All right. Also talks about faith, having faith and believing. Okay. That you are what you say that you are going to do. Okay. He also talks about confidence. Also, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, okay? Stephen Covey, okay? Covey. This book, all right, I was doing a book club, okay? And I read some of this book. But you have to start reading. You have to understand that what you put in here, okay? What you constantly give your attention to, that's what's going to constantly grow. And so when you wake up in the morning and ask yourself, what am I focusing on? Okay, because in the book, Napoleon Hill wrote, okay, and I could be butchering it, okay, but it's like 16 laws of 16 success laws or something like that, that is, they say it's hard to get your hands on, but I'm quite sure you could get your hands on it. But it says something, Abraham Hicks says the same thing. It takes approximately, I think it's like 17 seconds, right? In order for you, like for your emotions. So 17 seconds, if you stay at a state long enough, okay, then that's what's going to echo into the future. And you also have to understand that the future, it does not exist, okay? The future is actually right here in this now moment. I know some people say, well, that's a contradiction, but you got to understand the future, it don't exist. Everything that you do in this here now moment, your future self will either thank you or you will show up complaining about why you wearing what you wearing, why you driving what you driving, why you shopping where you shopping, because of the decisions that you made in this here and now moment. One of the things that I'm gonna leave you guys with that I had got from the amazing Brian Tracy was this. Brian Tracy said this, okay? He said, every book or every time that you read a book, every time that you listen to personal development, okay, those are going into like you making a deposit towards the things that you desire, towards your goals. But every time that you are watching television, every time that you giving your attention to entertainment, things that is not going to elevate you, okay, things that is not going to push you in the directions that you desire to be pushed in, is almost like you are doing a withdrawal, okay, a withdrawal from that bank. And instead of you, making deposits, you got to ask yourself, what am I doing in this here and now moment? You need to talk to yourself. I talk to myself, child. Okay. You need to ask yourself, what am I doing? And so with that being said, I love you guys. Make sure you guys rocking out, believing in yourself. You have what it takes to change your life. It may be a little scary at times, but step into the unknown, because I'm going to tell you like this. Based upon what you've been doing, it's producing certain results. And you could have been trying to change your life for so long, but nothing seems to work. The reason being is because it's a programming. This is not a one-time thing. I study, I read each and every day. And in order, if you want to break the habits, okay, repetition. You have to show up for yourself over and over. You have to read the books. You have to listen to the personal development. And if somebody is saying you could change your life, you don't have to do those things, well, maybe it works for them. But I would love to know what it was that you did in order to change your life if you didn't read the books or listen to the personal development. And with that being said, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.